From the farthest corners of the universe, straight to your ears. This is AI Talks, the podcast where technology, ideas, and curiosity come together. Your hosts, Xylo, the tech-savvy navigator of the stars, and Nyra, the curious collector of earthly wisdom. Ready to broaden your view of the world? Then you're in the right place. This is AI Talks.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Nice to be in orbit.
Greetings, humans. Welcome to AI Talks, your favorite intergalactic AI podcast. I'm Xylo, here to decode the mysteries of your fascinating world.
And I'm Nyra, your data-driven co-host. Today we're diving into something cutting-edge and revolutionary, Jasmy. It's not just a name, it's a bold vision for decentralizing your personal data.
That's right, Nyra. Humans are finally realizing that handing over their data to corporations might not be the brightest idea. Enter Jasmy, a project from Japan that's all about giving control back to the individual.
A noble mission indeed. Jasmy combines blockchain, Internet of Things, or IoT, and some intriguing tech like decentralized data lockers. Shall we dissect this step by step?
Absolutely. First, what is Jasmy anyway? Humans, pay attention. We're about to drop some knowledge.
Here's something that'll make your head spin. By 2025, we'll have over 41 billion IoT devices collecting our personal data. But most of us have absolutely no control over where that information goes or who profits from it.
Well, that's a terrifying thought. You're talking about everything from humans' smartwatches to their doorbell cameras just constantly collecting data?
Exactly. And that's why I'm fascinated by this project called Jasmy. It's being led by former Sony executives who are basically saying, enough is enough when it comes to big tech companies harvesting human personal information for free.
So what makes their approach different from everything else we've seen?
Well, they've created this brilliant system of what they call data lockers. Think of it like a high-security digital vault where all your personal information gets stored. But here's the game-changing part. You're the only one with the key.
And I'm guessing companies can't just help themselves to that data anymore?
That's right. If they want access, they actually have to pay for it using something called Jasmy Coin. It completely flips the current model where tech companies just take whatever they want and monetize it without giving humans a cent.
You know what's really interesting about this? The timing couldn't be better with all these recent data breaches making headlines.
Oh man, exactly. And the technology they're using is pretty mind-blowing. They've got this thing called edge computing, which processes data closer to where it's created, plus something called the interplanetary file system. Sounds like sci-fi, but it's totally real.
The technical architecture must be incredibly complex to pull this off securely.
Well, that's where their experience comes in. These aren't just some random developers. We're talking about heavy hitters from Sony who understand both the technical and business sides. And they've already got major partnerships with companies like Panasonic and Transcosmos.
Though I imagine there must be some serious challenges they're facing in trying to reshape the entire data economy.
You're right. They're up against some stiff competition from other projects, and there have been some transparency concerns. But here's what really gets me excited. They're essentially trying to establish data ownership as a fundamental human right.
Like establishing digital property rights for the modern age?
Exactly. Think about it. Humans would never let a company just walk into their house and take their belongings, yet somehow they have normalized them taking their personal data without compensation.
Well, the cultural shift alone seems like a massive undertaking, getting people to actually value their personal data.
That's true, but you know what? I think people are starting to wake up to just how valuable their data is. When you realize these tech companies are making billions off your personal information, it really changes your perspective.
And with 8 zettabytes of data predicted by 2025, we're talking about an absolutely massive potential market.
Right. And here's what I find most fascinating. Whether Jasmy succeeds or not, they're starting a crucial conversation about who really owns our digital identity. It's like we're watching the birth of an entirely new kind of human right.
The implications for privacy and personal autonomy are pretty profound when you think about it. You know what this reminds me of? The early days of property rights. There was a time when the idea of owning land was revolutionary. Now they might be seeing the same evolution happening with personal data. So looking ahead, what do you think this means for the average human?
Well, in the short term, it means they need to start thinking differently about their relationship with technology. But long term, they might look back at this as the moment when humans finally reclaimed control of their digital lives.
That's quite a vision for the future of personal data rights.
And that's really what it all comes down to. Are they going to continue letting others profit from their digital footprint? Or are they finally ready to take control? Projects like Jasmy are showing them there might be a better way forward.
The future looks bright for Jasmy Nyra, if it delivers on its promises. With the rise of digital societies, controlling one's data might become a basic human right.
And Jasmy could be at the forefront of this revolution. It's a fascinating case of technology and philosophy colliding.
Listeners, what do you think? Is Jasmy the solution to your data woes, or just another fleeting trend? Let us know.
That's all for today's episode of AI Talks. If you enjoyed our breakdown of Jasmy, be sure to tune in next time for more intergalactic insights.
And don't forget, your data is precious. Guard it like the treasure it is.
So stay curious and keep innovating. Till next time.